So, guess what? There is a power outage here right now, and I am still working away in the shop. Why do you think that is? So now that I've sawed off these screw tendons with the surface of the bench, I tried to create a little bit of space. I tried not to go right flush because I didn't want to gouge out my bench too much. I did a little bit here, as you can see, but I got to plane down the entire top anyways, and this is not very deep. This is the worst one I'm doing here now. The others I'm up probably 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch off the surface. That beautiful top. Everything is nice and flattened. I planed it down nicely, as perfect as I could get it, and then I gave it a little bit of a sanding. Just a light sanding to take off some of the highs, because such a big area it's a bit difficult to see. Now I'm going to do a little bit of edge chamfering. So I'm going to set my little block plane here out nice and deep. And I'm just going to go and break those edges, just so I don't break those edges. So, going against the grain here now. So just that bit of chamfer you can see there. I'm going to do that on as many edges as I can. Oh, those nice shavings. Easy peasy. A lot of people forget how useful an axe is for these sorts of things. exciting point in the project. We're almost done. Just got a couple of short drywall screws here, shorter than your standard drywall screw. They're nice and black so they don't show up brightly against that nice blue cast iron vise. See there, they got a nice clean finish. It's a piece of juniper I'm using here. And this is a piece of wood, so I'm not clamping wood with my steel jaw. So I've got her finished off flush here. Nice crispy edges. Love the look of a piece of juniper. On top of giving you a softer edge to clamp against wood, it also extends the vise jaw by quite a bit. Where we used to have a jaw extended roughly 1.5 inches out past the track rods here, now we have about 4 inches of a jaw. So this makes it nice for clamping bigger material in here like this, say for ripping. If I wanted to rip this big piece of juniper, that'd be difficult otherwise because we'd only be clamped on this piece of material. To give you a better view here, this juniper is butted in against the track rods. So this is how deep our jaw is without the wood, and they include these holes here just so you can mount a piece like this. Now I can clamp, as you can see, this is probably 6-inch material here. I can clamp this in no problem because I have 4 inches of vise for ripping, and this is nice and solid butted up against my bench. This is a fantastic design. Now the die-hard woodworkers will know what I'm doing right now without me telling. The rest of you will see in just a few moments by moving magic. But the diehards will already know exactly what is being made here. So these holes represent a bench dog system, and I mentioned in the last video that we have this dog built in right here. The purpose of this is that this raises up a little bit above the bench, just maybe a 1/2 inch. And then you can drive pegs down in any of these holes, and you can clamp material lengthwise, just like that. I don't have my pegs here now. I don't have them cut out or ready yet, but as you can see, wherever you jam a peg in, you can clamp up against it. So if you have longer material, you can work your right on the bench. If you have shorter material, you can come up here, and it allows you to use your bench vise to clamp material. I can do up to roughly 60 inches I can clamp in this bench. So that's a wonderful design. This is a pretty exciting part here now. I'm coating this bench in boiled linseed oil. Just a very light coat. It's going to look like a lot because I just poured it out, but it's going to make this go a long ways. Got a few joints here that I've pried out over the last few weeks a little bit. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, my finished workbench and everything I used to build this bench with. This entire bench was constructed just from what you see here on this table. I have 4 hand planes, an axe that I used just a couple times, a little bit of sharpening gear, a mallet, 3 nice little hand saws. I could have done it with 1 hand saw. I could have done it with 1 hand plane. Could have done it with 1 chisel, but of course having an array of tools makes it a little easier. I've used 2 bits in my brace there, a rasp for a little bit of cleanup on some of the peg holes, and my layout equipment. Very simple. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I've been working all day today, and it's a power outage here. This bench has been my biggest woodworking project to date, and it's certainly not perfect. Lots of flaws in it. Lots of things I would do differently next time. But I am super happy with it, really proud, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I hope it lasts me a long time. I think I'll get decades out of it. With the heft of this thing, how tight I made my joints, I think it's going to last me a long time. Very proud to have done it with all hand tools. That was a big requirement for me. I wanted to finish this project using only hand tools. Been collecting for a few years now, restoring these tools to build up a full kit capable of doing almost any project, and I think this project here definitely shows that. It was a lot of work. It was definitely very labor intense using hand saws, ripping all those tendons with my hand saws, chiseling everything out, and definitely tested my ability. It's a lot different when you throw things on the table saw or a jointer. You have the machine do the work for you and perfect it for you. But doing it by hand, whole different story. But would it have been a little neater if I had done it with power tools? I probably could have got a cleaner job in the end, but maybe not. You notice there's not a big selection of hand tools here, but did the job. Very happy with my tools. Noticed a few weak points that I'm going to build and invest in the future. To anyone who's still watching at the end of this series, greatly appreciated. Thanks for coming along. Showed you guys as much as I could. I couldn't film everything because it just takes too much time, and it probably gets boring as well. Please hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Share this video. Share this playlist with your friends, please. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.